Yo, what is going on, people? Welcome to the first video on the channel that I've done like this. It's more of a discussion, this one, than actual gameplay. So I'm here like this. It's awesome. I get to use facecam. I've not got a headset on or anything. We're just going to vibe with this one. We've got the usual, a nice coffee. I haven't actually tasted this yet to see if it's any good. But today, what we are doing, we are ranking every single Call of Duty Zombies character from, I believe it's from Treyarch games, right? In Treyarch Zombies, and they must have at least one piece of dialogue to fit this list. So this is the complete list of everyone that we've got. Obviously there are going to be a few on here that I don't know, or I haven't had as much experience with as other people. So what we're going to do is we're going to go straight in. Like, I don't know who this is, right? I'm probably going to get cancelled for this. Let me just check it's not. Let's jump straight in. So, first of all, we have... what is his actual name? I always forget this. I just call him Leroy, right? From Buried. I'm going to go for a B tier character. Leroy is really cool. It changes the complete dynamic of the map. There's a lot that you need to do involving Leroy. And the fact that you can gain points from directing Leroy more accurately is really cool. It's a really interesting character dynamic as part of Buried. And I haven't beaten Buried yet, so there might be stuff that I've missed that Leroy is part of, but based on my experience with Buried, I would put him in B tier for now. Who is that? The pictures are so small. Oh, it's Sal. I think it's Sal. It's the Mob of the Dead crew, right? Now, I played a lot of Mob of the Dead when I was a kid, but I didn't really remember much of it, so all of the Mob of the Dead characters I'm going to put in B tier when I get to them, because they're a vibe, right? They're a whole new dynamic. I think, apart from Transit, they are the first crew. No, ignore that. We had Call of the Dead. I completely forgot about that. They're the first crew that I got beyond the Ether crew that wasn't Victus. So it's the first standalone crew that I played as, which is really cool. And I have a lot of respect for the Mob of the Dead crew, but they're not, like, at the top. There's a lot of characters that are going to end up at the top, and they're not one of them. This dude, is that Bruno? It's him. Bruno's here somewhere. I just saw him and I've lost sight of him. There's so many faces to look at. There he is. Okay. Oh no, that's Diego. Sorry, this is Bruno. Okay, Bruno is going to go and see. He's not an annoying character, and I can't, like, put him lower than that because the intro to we get to him is him just clarting people in the intro cutscene. To the Titanic map, and he is like, he's not unbearable, but at the same time he's not an elite character, so that's where I would have to put him there, unfortunately. Major Carver. Ooh, what do we say about Major Carver? He's going to be D tier. He's not forgettable, and he's not an absolute fail of a character, but he's only there in, like, the background. So he's like, obviously he's guiding you, and this is going to come up a lot with the characters, like with this woman, I can't even remember her name. I might by the time we get to it. But, like, he's just there in the background, you know? He says some cool stuff now and again, but other than that, there's not much to his character, so, like, what can I do, chat? What can I do? Fidel Castro. I would also say D tier. He's not like Nixon, we'll get to Nixon later. And he's not, Robert McNamara, but, like, I don't know, he's probably my least favourite 5 character. It's just there's not much going for him, is there? Let's be real. Let's not waste time talking about it. Danny Trejo. I haven't actually played as Danny Trejo yet, dude. I've played Call of the Dead once on stream, but I've not played as him, but purely because it's Danny Trejo, I'm going to put him in C above Bruno. Because Danny Trejo is, like, he's an icon, right? We all know Danny Trejo is an icon. So I'm going to put him in C tier. We'll probably move some of these around at the end, if we need to. From that picture there, I'm going to go with, this is the Cold War version of Maxis. This isn't like BO1 and BO2's Maxis. That Sam, the original one, gives me Alma vibes. Anyone that's played, like, the Fear franchise, First Encounter, Assault Recon, will know what I'm talking about. There was a lot of potential for Sam to fuck shit up. And Cold War Sam, I know that's the little girl Samantha from the end of Black Ops 4, but what does she do other than, like, blast the Forsaken a few times and then fly into a portal? We actually had to save her first before she did anything cool. So I'm going to put her at the top of D tier, above Major Carver. You know, there's not much going for her in Cold War. Dempsey. Is this Primus or Ultimus? Where's the other one gone? Down there. I'm going to assume that's Ultimus, right? Because he's got this cool ass fucking... Where's my tier list gone? That's Primus, because he's got the jacket, right? Okay. Primus Dempsey is fucking cool. No, he's A tier. He's not S tier. Purely for the fucking mission report. The other 3 agents suspected to be part of this organization. No, his mission reports piss me off at the start of every mission, right? Every fucking map you load, if you're Dempsey, he goes on about his mission reports. That's the only reason that he's not S tier. He is fucking cool. He is really cool. But if I put everyone from, like, my era of zombies into S tier, there's going to be a lot of people in S tier. So let's like I said, he might move. Don't cancel me. He might move. Diego. Probably my favourite one to play as from the Chaos crew. Because he's a vibe. He is a vibe. And I like his fashion sense. Shoot me. I like long coats. They look cool. I wear a lot of long coats in the winter. So for Diego, I'm going to put him here. Yeah, I'm going to put him there because I've got a lot more experience with Diego than I have with Leroy. But at the same time, the BO4 crew doesn't have that history with me as the Mob of the Dead crew do, so I can't put him above any of them. Helena Bonham Carter. Do you see, I don't remember the character. I've played Dead of the Night a couple times, and her character's really cool, I think. Out of respect, this is going to get me cancelled so bad. Out of respect for the fact that it's Helena Bonham Carter, she's not going in Forgettable, but she is going in F. I had the ending cutscene spoiled for me for Dead of the Night. She doesn't even make it through one map. Skill issue. I don't know, like, I've not played a lot of Dead of the Night, so those characters aren't as stand-out-ish as others would be for me, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Who is that? Is that the guard? Is that the fucking guard from Mob of the Dead? Who? Do you know what? I don't even know who that is. So that's gonna have to go in Forgettable. I'm probably just being cancelled, but we move. Mob of the Dead crew. He's cool, Floyd, the boxer from Shadows of Evil, but he's not my favourite to play as. Floyd, I would say, is a B tier character. Above Diego. Actually, above all of them, because I played a lot of Shadows. He's not like one of those characters that says quirky, weird lines, like a few of the other Shadows characters. But at the same time, there wasn't as much characterization as I was hoping for, is what I'm going to say. Because Floyd is cool. There was a lot that they could have done with that, like he wanted to win the boxing match. Like, the only characterization we really develop with Floyd, and I might be wrong here, I've not played Shadows properly for a long time, but it's the lines that he has between him and the Shadow Man. Why did you kill? And that whole discussion, right? Forsaken. Lynxie's favourite boss fight. See, the premise of Forsaken is really cool. I would have put him here if it was just about the premise, but the boss fight? Is that even a boss fight at that point? Like, it's so bad that there's a scripted down. George Romero, okay. This is gonna get me so much hate, right? This is gonna get me so much hate, but George Romero, I've only played a few matches of Call of the Dead, so like, and I don't have the history with the map. It was one of the only Black Ops 1 Zombies maps that I've never played. I don't have the history and the nostalgia with George Romero that other people have. I'm going to put him in C tier, because... Is he... No, the Forsaken is still cooler. Yeah, I'm going to leave him there for now. The Forsaken is still cooler because there's a lot of stuff that you need to learn about the Forsaken. You learn a lot of it through the dialogue and stuff like that, and it's cool. And George Romero just gets booted off by one zombie and then becomes an ultimate zombie and then makes fucking director jokes as he walks around. I want to say that's not a judgment on George Romero himself. His fucking movies are so cool. This is literally judging based on the character. Who is this? Is this Kravchenko? Who is this? Is this Kravchenko? No, there's Kravchenko. Who the fuck is this? What crew is that? Is there another... I don't even know who that is, so they're going in Forgettable. Straight up. I'm going to put him in F tier, No, because he's not Neff. I'm going to put him in D tier, because he's the only one that I've really played as in Dead of the Night. I've played as him the most, and he's not, like, completely annoying. Yeah, I'm going to put him in D tier, but I like I said, it's because I've not played a lot of Dead of the Night, so I don't have that history with the character, and I haven't played enough to put him above that point. You, from Cold War, are going next to Carver. You're ever so slightly worse, and that's because Carver has some great lines. So I'm going to assume that's Dr. Maxis, and Dr. Maxis, for characterization, I would, just based on characterization, I would put him maybe C tier, but purely because of the amount that the Call of Duty zombie story revolves around him, I'm putting him up to B tier. Above Leroy, yeah, just there. Because there's so much that revolves around him, and, like, he is an icon of Call of Duty Zombies, right? When you think of zombies, one of the first character names you probably think of is Maxis, and that's either down to Sam or Dr. Maxis. So I can't put him lower than that. He's so important in the story. That's just straight up where I'm going to put him. Oh, the detective? Oh, man. See, I would put him in, like, B tier, but he comes out with some cheesy-ass lines, man. He comes out with some cheesy-ass lines, and it pisses me off. Ooh, let's put him at the top of C tier for now. I might move him later. Scarlet, I'll also put at the top of C tier. A little bit worse than the detective. No, actually, she's better than the detective because she has decent lines. She's not going making cheesy detective jokes and shit like that. It pisses me off, man. Like when he revives someone, the lines that he comes out with, oh man. JFK is immediately an A tier character. I don't remember any of the lines off the top of my head, but the lines that JFK comes out with during 5 are S tier, right? It's just such a vibe to play as JFK. I remember spawning into 5 as a kid, and now everyone would go, I'm JFK, no, I'm JFK, no, I'm JFK. And it was like that thing that everyone wanted to be JFK. So that's why he's going in A tier. He's not better than Dempsey. I'm immediately saying that. But he is an icon, and I cannot do him dirty by putting him lower than that. Kravchenko's a bitch. Character-wise, he's interesting. I remember a lot more of Kravchenko from the Cold War zombie storyline than from the Black Ops-like campaigns. I would put him higher than C tier, but he's a bitch and tries to kill me at the end of that Cold War map that I can't remember the name of anymore. Mao de Toten. So, fuck Kravchenko. He's in C tier now, because he deserves it. This is the dude from Dead of the Night, right? This is another character from Dead of the Night. I've not played as him. I can't say he's forgettable because I've not played as him, but at the same time, the actor is not as cool as Helena Bonham Carter, so that's where he's going. Nixon. It sounds like they're breaking in. Nixon. A tier above Floyd? No. Above Mob? No. Diego? What looks right? I would say maybe here? Yeah. Or here. Is he better than Maxis? No, he's not better than Maxis. I'm going to put Nixon here because of his lines. He's got some great lines in the game. He's great to play as. The entire 5 crew is great. I love the 5 crew. So I'm going to put him just there. Moulton can go in F tier. Fuck Moulton. I stand by this statement for the rest of my life, right? He's the most annoying character in all of Call of Duty Zombies. He never shuts up and he's making the same comments over and over again on repeat, and no character, like I reset every time I get Moulton. I just do fast reset because there's no way I'm playing as him. He's genuinely the most annoying character in all of Call of Duty Zombies, and I will not have it. That looks like Maxis. That's Maxis. And who is that? Okay, I'm going to assume that's the original Maxis, and that is the Maxis from Revelations. Maxis from Revelations, I'm going to put in... I've not played a lot of Revelations. This is really dirty. This is probably going to change so much. I've not put anyone in S tier yet. Holy shit. He doesn't have a lot of characterization that I've seen. So I'm going to put him there. When I play more Revelations, it's likely that he'll go up. But at the minute, I don't have that history with the character to put him any higher. Which means I probably don't have the right to judge the character. But at the same time, this is a tier list. And I'm making it. Who is this? Who is this? I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is. I actually don't know who this is. I'm sorry. I don't know who this is. They look cool. And someone will probably comment down saying that they know who that is, and it's going to piss me off. But I don't know who they are off the top of my head. So, you are based. You're a based actor. You were great in The Walking Dead. Your character I've not played as. I'm going to put him there. From what I've seen from the intro cutscene, he looks really cool. I haven't heard any of his voice lines yet, but I need to play more Call of the Dead. I really do. Misty. She's the least annoying out of the entire of Victis, but at the same time, it's Misty. No, not above Nixon, because Nixon's funny, and Misty isn't. So, I'm gonna leave it there. This dude, he's voiced by, is Nero from Shadows of Evil, and he's voiced by, I can see the dude, I can't remember his name, my brain is just not working today. Jeff Goldblum, yeah. Jeff Goldblum is great. And the voice acting is really well done, and Nero is probably my favourite Shadows character. I wouldn't say he's A tier. I would say he's a high B tier. So we have Primus Nikolai, which is like the Origins version of Nikolai, and the BO3 version. All of the stuff that he has to do, I have to put him in A tier, right? Primus Nikolai is really fucking cool character. He's a lot less unbearable than the Ultimus version, which I'll get into in a minute. No, not Ultimus. Primus Nikolai is very focused and oriented, and he makes some really based comments. Draw me map of Chicago. Ultimus Nikolai. Okay. All the jokes and comments about his fourth wife and about vodka. I've not played a lot of Black Ops 4, so the characterizations for Ultimus that I'm going off of are based on the Black Ops 3 maps and all the previous games. So, in terms of Ultimus Nikolai, I'm gonna put him maybe here. He's not as cool as Nero. I prefer Nero to Ultimus Nikolai, but at the same time, he's more iconic than the rest of Shadows, so that's where I'm going to put him, just there. Robert McNamara, okay. He is voiced by one of my favourite actors of all time. My brain just doesn't want to work today. The actor did the voice of the holographic Doctor on Star Trek Voyager, which is a show that's very personal to me. So, booting up 5 as a kid when I was raised on Voyager and hearing that, oh man, I nearly had his name in my... Robert Picardo, okay. That's such an iconic voice actor, and I loved playing as him. Because as a kid I was obsessed with maths, and Robert Picardo's... Robert McNamara makes a lot of maths comments and stuff like that. But he's not JFK good. And I wouldn't put him above these guys. Is he better than the Mob of the Dead crew? To me, yes. Like I said, I don't really remember the Mob of the Dead crew, so before you cancel me for that, okay, I don't remember it as much. This dude pissed me off the one time I played as him. He's not as bad as Malton, but he's not better than the rest of the Dead of the Night crew, so he's going there. Peck is an interesting one. He pissed me off on Firebase Z, running around doing stuff for him, but his characterization is really good. Like, there's the whole thing of him changing sides, and then he supposedly dies in the Forsaken map, and he shows up ready for a sequel, and they haven't made a sequel yet. So, I would say he's probably one of my favourite Cold War characters, in terms of the zombies experience. So, I wouldn't put him above the Shadows team. I would put him above Forsaken, above Bruno, above Danny Trejo, because I've not played as him, above the Detective. Yeah, I think I'll put him there. I think I would put Peck there, because it's Peck, right? He's genuinely iconic. He's so woven into the zombie storyline in terms of the Cold War era. And I feel like they're going to do something really cool with him at some point. I hope they do something really cool with him at some point, else it's going to be a bit annoying. Raptor 1, my guy. Raptor 1 never let us down a single time, right? Not a single fucking time did that man let us down. That is why he is going in S tier. He is an absolute based character, right at the top, I might actually make. Okay, Raptor 1 gets his own tier, because that man never let us down a single time. He showed up when we asked for him, within 90 seconds, got us out there every single time. The amount of times I've extracted and got a shit ton of Ethereum crystals, and it's down to that man, right? Based character, Raptor 1, my guy, I will drink to that. Ravenov is cool. He's a cool character in Firebase Z, and he shows up again later on, I think. But, like, at the same time, he's a plot device. He doesn't, like, have a lot of characterization, as far as I remember. I'm gonna put him there. I feel like that's a good place for Ravenov. There's a lot of B and C tier. I haven't put a lot of people in S. I haven't put anyone in S tier yet. Well, let's solve that problem. Straight away. Premise, Richtofen goes straight in S tier. One of my favourite characters to play as. Even Ultimus Richtofen deserves S tier, right? Because of the lines that he comes out with. Richtofen is one of the best characters in Zombies history, and I will stand by that. Wait, I called her Scarlet. That's Scarlet, right? I can't even remember her name. My bad, chat. My bad. This is another dude from Call of the Dead, right? Yeah. I don't know who this is. I've not played as him, so I can't judge the characterization. Where have I put the rest of the Cold War crew? Here. I'll put him above George Romero, because George is a little bit annoying, ever so slightly, and I've not played as him yet, so I don't know. Oh, I can't even remember his name. Russman. He's not annoying, but he's not my favourite character from Victus either. Russman's gonna go in... I know there's probably a lot of stuff I've missed from Victus, because I don't really pay attention to their storyline. I decided in transit that they're fucking annoying, and I didn't really move on with the storyline from there. I really should look into it more. But Russman is one of the least annoying of the group, so I'm gonna slap him right in there. Mob of the Dead crew. This is the dude I've played as the most out of the Mob of the Dead crew. Where is it? So I'm gonna put him just there. Samantha Maxis from the Ultimus era. Okay. Immediately... Oh, no, she's not an S tier. Is she A tier? She's not above... Maybe there. The premise of Samantha Maxis is crazy. It's really cool. The fact that she's got full control over the zombies, experimentation at the Doris facility, ending up in the MPD is crazy. It's really cool. The character used to freak me out a little bit as a kid. I don't know why. I think it's because of the vibes of being similar to Ulma. Like I said earlier, if you've ever played First Encounters Assault Recon, or Fear, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like a creepy little demon girl fucking your day up, right? And the line that Richtofen comes out with, he speaks to Samantha, and that characterization between the two is really cool. She's not an S tier character, but I think she's definitely up there in A tier. Sarah Michelle Gellar, cool actress. The character I've not played as, so you know where she's going here, because I know more about her than him. We haven't had Dr. Monty on this list. Where's Dr. Monty? I don't know why Dr. Minty isn't on this list. Dr. Minty. That's woven into my head. Dr. Minty. I'm saying it now because I can't see him. Dr. Monty is an S tier character. That's a push. That's a push. Dr. Monty is a high A tier character because of the lines that he pops out in Garrod and Revelations. I fucking love listening to Dr. Monty speak. It's great. He just doesn't care. So he would be up there, but I don't know what picture is his. Like, I see the Shadow Man, but I don't see Dr. Monty, which is annoying. Okay, Scarlet. I know she had a lot of characterization across the Chaos maps. A lot of them I haven't played yet. I still need to play Ancient Evil, I still need to play Tag, that's not even the right crew. I played up to Dead of the Night, so anything post that I don't know anything about. I don't really know the story for Chaos. Where have I put the rest of Chaos? Maybe you're going to put her there, yeah. I feel like that's a decent place to put Scarlet, because she's not annoying. There's a lot of characterization for her as far as I know. She's one of the, like, Diego and Scarlet are the top two that I like to play as for Chaos. That's if I ever reinstall Black Ops 4, but we won't go there today. The Shadow Man is cool. I actually remember feeling betrayed the first time I ever played Shadows and opening Pack-a-Punch, so he's a really cool character. Yeah, I'll put him there. He's a mid-B tier. Like, I need to play a lot more Revelations. There's a lot that I've missed by not playing Revelations, in terms of characterization. And I really, really need to play more of it and to beat the Easter egg and to do that. But to beat the Easter egg for Rev, I need to beat every other fucking Easter egg. I need to do a big stream. Oh. This dude, I don't even remember his name. He brews the elixirs for Chaos. He's kind of cool. He's not as cool as the other guys. He's better than Bruno. Bruno can stay down there. Is he better than these guys? Yeah, I'm going to put him there. High C. High C. His development across Black Ops 4 is really cool. He's tied in quite knit with it. I don't really know much of his story, so I can't put him higher than that. This dude, the Doctor from Cold War, I think he's my favourite voiceover person to have when I play, but at the same time, he's still just a voiceover person, right, as far as I know. Am I really putting Samantha Maxis above these guys? No, I'm not. You fucking little dude that eats people, right? You eat the zombies. Oh. Weird ass Victor's character, man. He's not as bad as Marlton, but he's close, right? He's better than him. No, just there. I'm going to put him just there. Because at least the butler isn't annoying when he speaks. And when you play as the butler, you don't get all of the annoying ass zombie sounds in the background, man. I know that's part of the story. But every time I boot up Die Rise, I can't play as half of the fucking cast. Because one of them's Marlton, and one of them's this dude, and all he hears is zombies in the background. And Takeo, Primus Takeo, is an S tier character. I'm actually going to put this Takeo just there. There, yeah. Let me talk about both. Primus Takeo is so much fun to play as. He's like, his voice lines are iconic, and I feel like he's the direct opposite to Richtofen's madness. And I'm talking about like the Ultimates Richthofen. Because he's driven by honor, he does all of these things because Richtofen got a letter from the Emperor, I think it is. He's the one that ends up, he's like the witness to Ultimus Takeo's death, right? I don't understand how the entire seppuku thing works, but I know that he was there and they spoke about it together, and there's that sense of honor, and it's a really cool concept, and I love that idea of an honor-driven person in the Call of Duty Zombies experience, because everyone's always driven by science or by survival or by like all these other topics. I think that's Takeo, who's driven by his service to the Emperor and being an honorable, like upholding the samurai code and stuff like that. And I love playing as Takeo. He's one of my favorite characters in Call of Duty Zombies history. Ted, my guy Ted, evicted me off the bus. High S tier. High S tier. Oh, he's so good. He's so good. I have to put Ted right at the top because of all of the years that I used to knife him until they kicked people off the bus, and everyone else would be fighting to keep the zombies off the bus, and then they would get ejected, and it was so fucking funny. And the lines that he comes out with, and he drives the bus for us, man. He, like, at the end of the apocalypse, and he's still working. Then the Earth has been nuked. This motherfucker is still driving around town, right? Put some respect on Ted's name. He's high S. I'm not going to put him at the top of S tier, don't worry, I'm joking. He's going in S tier, though. He is going in S tier. Ultimus Dempsey is S tier. He breaks the fourth wall on the regular. The lines that he comes out with are funny. He's the only character to flirt with the Juggernog machine. Why did he do that? We don't know to this day. But he is incredibly based. He's probably one of my... Is he at the top for Ultimates? He is. He's my favourite Ultimates character. No. Ultimus Richtofen is my favourite Ultimates character. Dempsey is a close second. Because Ultimus Richtofen is completely batshit. And it's great. Stabbing. Valentina can get fucked. She shows up at the end of 5AZ, and then she's the villain for Mauer. She has how does she have the hardest boss fight out of all of these maps? Like, the Forsaken himself, we blasted in 2 seconds. I genuinely think that was a deliberate thing, right? Because the Forsaken's going to return. He has to. There's no way that's the actual boss fight for beating the Forsaken. But I'm going to put Valentina in low D tier because she's annoying. I don't know, she irks me for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. She has the coolest boss fight. Yeah, I'm gonna put Valentina in a mid D tier because she's just Valentina, you know. Characterization's okay, boss fight is good. Based map to be on. I didn't really follow a lot of the lore in terms of Cold War. The intel, I didn't follow that at all. I came to play zombies, not Fetch Quest Simulator. So I didn't really pick up a lot of the intel when I was playing. So I don't really know a lot about Valentina, but she seems cool. Mob of the Dead crew, you're cool. You're top of the Mob of the Dead crew as well. That's Weasel, right? You are Weaver. He just comes in to give us orders. And he says, "Thank you, Sam," at the end, and then gets arrested. Like, he was cool in Black Ops 1. And the Black Ops 1 Weaver, I have to put respect on his name, right? C tier? Above George? Yeah, I feel like that's fair. Who is this? Who is this? I don't know who this is. I feel like that's a Black Ops 4 nameplate. Right? But I don't know who it is, so I'm going to have to put them in forgettable. Because I genuinely don't know who it is. Yuri, the Pentagon Thief, my guy. I didn't know he had lines. I didn't know he had voice lines. I've only played 5, and I've played a little bit of Classified. But he's not in Classified, so I don't know where these voice lines come from. I'll put him there for now. We'll probably move him at the end. Zykov. Right, Zykov. Let me explain before you go crazy, right? Zykov, okay, maybe that was a bit much. The concept of Zykov was laid out in Cold War since the very beginning. The intro cutscene for D Machina, you see him go in, and then there's the intel stuff, and like it's implied that he survives in the Dark Ether, and no one knows why, and we rescue him, and it turns out he's the Forsaken. He is the Forsaken. That's how he survived. He ruled the Dark Ether, and it was so fucking. I was so invested in the idea of this one person being stuck in the Dark Ether and having to like survive in there and see all of the horrors and the stuff happening in the world where all the zombie stuff comes from. And I was so invested in that, and the reveal that he's actually the Forsaken blew my fucking mind. I didn't see that coming at all. The first time I played the Forsaken map and I saw Zykov come through and transform, I just fucking lost it. It was one of the coolest story points in zombies of recent years. The Forsaken himself, mid, right? There's not a lot he does, he doesn't even pose a massive threat, but Zykov, the entire point of him surviving the Dark Ether and becoming the Forsaken is really fucking cool. I really fucking love that. So that's why I put him at the high tier B, because of the premise of his character. It's really cool. And this dude, I don't know who this is. So that's the final list right there for you guys. I'm definitely getting cancelled for this video, and it's so worth it. Let me know what you guys think of this tier list. Would you move any characters around? Would you change some things? Who would you put where? Have I put some too high, some too low? Let me know what you think down in the comments, because I love hearing your guys' opinions on these things, because everyone's experience of zombies is completely different. Literally every single experience of zombies is completely different. We've all gone through the same things, but the gameplay determines how it plays out for a lot of people. I know George Romero for a fact will be a lot higher, and a lot of the Cold War ones I put quite high would be quite low. But this is my list. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this has been a really long one. It's been a bit of a different one compared to what we're used to. If you like this kind of video, tell me in the comments. Let me know that you like this sort of tier list videos. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good one.